Hello everyone, this is Akansh Suman here. Now we are going to solve the questions based on the angular velocity theorem. We already studied the instantaneous center method, how can we locate the instantaneous center, and we have studied the Kennedy's theorems and the theorem of angular velocity. So we will do some questions based on the angular velocity theorem because in the examinations they generally ask the questions based on the angular velocity theorem. Okay, so first question that is important for GATE as well as engineering service examinations of conventional type. Okay, so in the question it is given that the driver link AB, it is given that in the driver link AB of 4-bar mechanisms. I already told you when I taught you the instantaneous center method that they generally ask the problems based on the 4-bar chain. They will not give you the 5-link and 6-link mechanisms. They will give you just 4-link mechanisms in order to find out the angular velocity. So in the question it is given that the driver link AB of a 4-bar mechanisms is rotated at 5 radian per second. So what is given in the question? I am here writing that the given data is, we just have to write the given data. So that is omega 2, that is given, that is 5 radian per second. You have to note the direction, in which direction omega 2 is going to be rotated. Either it is given in the question or it will mention in the diagram. So it is given in the question and mention also. So it is the counterclockwise direction. So I am going to write here counter, or you can write as anti-clockwise direction. Both is same. So that is anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Now the angular velocity of the coupler. What is the coupler in the 4-bar mechanisms? You know that this is the fixed link, this is input and output, this is input and output, and this is generally known as the coupler. Okay, so this is basically coupler. Now you have to find out the angular velocity of the coupler, that means omega 3. That is what we have to find out. So before we solving these questions, we have to draw the instantaneous center first. Okay, because this is a 4-bar chain, that means the number of links in the mechanisms is 4, and we can calculate the number of instantaneous center. How can we calculate? That is L minus 1 by 2. So when you calculate the number of instantaneous center, you will get the 6 value. Okay, so 6 means there are 6 instantaneous center. I'm going to draw it in the diagram, that is I12. Okay, I12, this is the first link, and this is second link, this is third link, and this is fourth link. So here this is the turning pair basically, and this is the instantaneous center of relative motions between link 1 and the link 2. Okay, similarly this is the instantaneous center relative motions between 3 and 2. So I'm going to write here 2 3. You can write it as 2 3 and you can write it as 3 2, both is same. Okay, now it would be I34, and this is finally I14. So we have drawn 4 instantaneous center. See, in the question it is given that the angular velocity of the coupler at the instant when theta is equal to 180 degree. Okay, you have to calculate the angular velocity of the coupler when the theta is 180 degree. Not in that position, you have to convert theta into 180 degree, then you have to calculate the angular velocity of the coupler. Okay, so we will draw according to the question. Okay, we will do the diagram. Now this is our fixed link. Okay, and this is finally coupler. Okay, because here you can see that this is the D, and this is C, and this is B, and this is basically A. Okay, and this is link 1, which is also known as a fixed link. Okay, this is basically a fixed link. Now here theta is 180 degree. According to the question, we have to put theta is equal to 180 degree, and then we have to find out the angular velocity of the coupler. What is coupler here? This. Okay, and the rotation of link 2 is in that direction, that is omega 2, and we have to find out the omega 3. Okay, now I am going to draw the instantaneous center, that is I12. If this is link 1 and this is link 2 and this is link 3 and this is link 4, so that would be I12 and that would be I23, and that is I34 and that is I14. Okay, now we are going to apply the theorem of angular velocity. Theorem of angular velocity says that Vimn is equal to omega m I1m Imn. This is basically the formula which we have seen in the lecture, that is equal to omega n, that's equal to omega n I1n, because Imn would be on the link, can be treated on the link m and can be treated on the link n. Okay, so that's why it is equal. So that is Imn. Okay, now here there is a data which is given AB and AD is given. Okay, that means if I am going to convert it into the given data, so that would be omega 2. So I can write it as I12, I23, yes or no? I23, and that is omega 3, that's I13 and I23. Are you getting my point? We are solving the question according to this formula. We have simplified it into this way. Okay, now in the question it is given that omega 2, and what is I12, I23? I12, I23 means the distance between the instantaneous center 1, 2 and the instantaneous center 2, 3. That is basically the distance. Okay, so here in the diagram you can see that the distance between I12 and I23 is basically AB, is the distance. Okay, and in the question it is given that AB is equal to L. Okay, so here the data is given that omega 2 is given, that is 5, and I12, I3 it is basically L. Okay, we have to find out the value of omega 3, and what is the value of I13, I23? See, this is I23 but there is no I13. We have to draw the I13 in the mechanisms. How can we draw? Using circular theorem. Okay, I already told you about the remaining instantaneous center. How can we draw the remaining instantaneous center in the diagram? Using circular method. Okay, so basically you have to find out the location of the I13. This is, now I13 means it is the intersection of I12, I23. How can you go from 1 to 3? I1 to 2 and 2 to 3. So basically I12, I23. This is just for understanding purpose. How can you solve the I13? And I can go by this way, and that is I14 and I43. I14 and I43. So after the intersection of these two lines, this is first link and this is second link. After the intersection of these two, you will get the location of I13. So we will do the intersection of these two links. So I12, I23, this is basically this link. Okay, this is this link, and I13, I34, this is basically this link. So where these two lines can intersect, these two lines can intersect at I14. That means at D position they can intersect. So that means I13 would be the location, that would be here at this position. Okay, because I13 we are getting here after the intersection of these two lines, that is I12, I23 and I1434, and we know that these two lines are going to be intersect at point D. So basically it would be the I13. Okay, I13 means the center of relative motions between link 1 and link 3. Now we have to calculate the distance between I13 and I23. Here AB, we know that this is L, and in the question it is given that AD is also L. So if it is L and this is also L, so we can write it as 2L. Okay, this is completely L. In the question it is given that this is completely L and this is completely L. So basically distance between I23 and I13 is 2L. So just to put the value in this equation, you will get the value of omega 3. Omega 3 would be equal to 2.5. 5 by 2, you will get 2.5 radian per second. So basically this is the answer, radian per second. Now in the question, they generally ask you the magnitude. In the question, you have to put the value in magnitude. Okay. Now if in the question, they will ask you about the direction, how can you decide the direction of the omega 3? I already told you the direction. How can you determine the direction of the links? Okay, when the direction of one link is given, how can you find out the direction of the other link? See here, if I23, this is the I23. Okay, if I12 and I13 both are on the same side of I23, that would be the same direction of both the links. Both the links means link 2 and the link 3 would having the same direction. That means if 2 is in the clockwise, 3 will be also in clockwise direction. Here, if they are in opposite to I23, that means the omega 2 and omega 3 will be in opposite direction. If one is rotating in clockwise direction, other will be in anti-clockwise direction. So here you can see that I23, it is here, and I12 and I13 both are on the same side of the I23. So that means omega 2 and omega 3 are having the same direction. That means if it is in anti-clockwise direction, omega 3 will also be in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so it would be anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction. So that would be the answer that we have to solve. Okay, now in the question, what is important points, let me remind you. First you have to know how to draw the instantaneous center. Okay, and you have to know how can you find out the remaining instantaneous center. Okay, that means I13 and I24 we have to calculate using circular method. Okay, after locating the instantaneous center on the mechanisms, you have to applying the theorem of angular velocity. What is theorem of angular velocity says? This is, okay, we know that IMN can be treated on the link M and it can be treated on the link N. So basically we can apply the velocity formula in terms of angular velocity, that is V is equal to R omega. Okay, this is I1M and IMN. Basically it is denoted as R, about which it is rotating. Okay, that is the radius of rotation for the link M. Okay, and that is the radius of rotation for the link N. So we have calculated this. So that is a simple procedure. First you have to know the locate the instantaneous center, how to locate it, and the second is a theorem of angular velocity. Then you will be able to solve the questions, whatever be the level of the questions, you will be able to solve. Okay, doesn't matter how tough the question is. First you need to understand the concept behind the questions, then you can solve it anyway.